Namaste students. So how are you all? I hope you are watching the videos, you are enjoying the online science classes, right? So today the last topic where we left, it was rusting of iron. I hope you have gone through that topic in a proper manner and you must have seen that yes, how the rusting takes place. And the next is we are going to discuss the topic browning of vegetables and fruits. Right? So, in your home, in your kitchen, when you cut something like fruits, like I'm having apple this with me, I cut it and I kept it for some time. What actually happens? The brown coating deposit over here. Okay? This browning takes place. Can you see this browning? Right? This browning is because of the reason that it was kept in air. It reacts with oxygen available in the environment or in the air. When this compound which is present in this vegetable or in this fruit, when it combines with oxygen, actually oxidation takes place. So because of that slow oxidation process, the browning takes place, and this is due to the compound melanin, right? So browning of some vegetables and fruits, like I can give you some example, brinjal. Have you seen when you cut the brinjal and you keep it for some time, it changes its color? It changes to black or something brownish. So the reason brinjal or apple, etc., these fruits gets browning due to the melanin. Due to the melanin compound in them. And this browning can be reduced by how? For example, in the last topic, when we were discussing rusting of iron, I have told you that rusting can be minimized by oiling, by painting, by galvanizing, tinning and alloying, right? So these 4 to 5 methods I have told you how to prevent them, right? In the same manner, this chemical change, browning of vegetables and fruits due to melanin present in them can be reduced. What reduced? Browning. Browning can be reduced by soaking them in water. By soaking them in water. So what happens when these fruits or vegetables, after cut, when we soak them in water, actually after soaking them in water, there is less amount of oxygen that is coming in direct contact with these fruits and vegetables, and due to the less amount of oxygen in contact, less browning takes place. Okay, so this is how you can reduce the browning by soaking them in water. And you must have observed these things when your mother cooks in the kitchen. She mostly, when she found that yes, this vegetable can get black after some time and it needs some time for cooking, in the meantime, she just soaks these vegetables in water. The reason? Because she wants to avoid the browning of these vegetables and fruits, right? So this is about browning of vegetables and fruits. The next two reactions, chemical change related, that is reaction between vinegar and baking soda. Here I'll talk about reaction between vinegar and baking soda. Okay, this is also a chemical change. This is also a chemical change. How this chemical change takes place, I'm telling you. Vinegar. Actually, vinegar is the natural name, but its chemical name is acetic acid. Chemical name is acetic acid. Baking soda. Baking soda chemical name is sodium bicarbonate. Okay, so we have to discuss the reaction between these two compounds, how these take place. Acetic acid, its formula is, chemical formula is CH3COOH. Baking soda, its chemical formula is NaHCO3. So what happens when these two combines? There is a salt which is formed, CH3COO and Na. Right? So which salt is formed? CH3COO Na plus H, 2H and CO3. So one O will come here along with 2H, H2O and CO2. So that means when the reaction takes place between the acetic acid and the sodium bicarbonate, that is baking soda, there is a salt which is formed, there is a water and carbon dioxide which evolves, right? So let me show you chemically how it takes place. For example, in this beaker, I am having this acetic acid with me, okay? I have taken acetic acid and this test tube, and over this, in this test tube, if you can see clearly, I'm bringing it in front of camera so that you can see it very clearly. Now what I'm going to do is, I am going to add some baking soda inside it, right? This is white color baking soda, you can find it in your kitchen as well. I am just adding this baking soda into this test tube. You can see this effervescence is taking place because carbon dioxide is getting involved, right? And the bubbles, you can see, these bubbles are due to the presence of carbon dioxide. This is the reaction taking place between vinegar, that means between acetic acid and the baking soda. Can you see the bubbles clearly? Yes, it is the same as it happens in Pepsi, Coke and all, because there is also carbon dioxide presence. Here, carbon dioxide is getting evolved due to the reaction between acetic acid and vinegar, right? So these bubbles are getting formed. At the bottom, you can see some salt is getting formed, which is sodium acetate salt, CH3COONA, and water. The remaining part will be water, and carbon dioxide will get evolved out of this test tube. Can you see these bubbles? Yes, it is all because of the coming out of carbon dioxide gas, right? So this is how the reaction between vinegar and baking soda takes place. That means it is clear to you the compound which gets deposited at the bottom is sodium acetate salt. The gas which is coming out of this is carbon dioxide, and the liquid part which is remaining here is nothing but it is liquid water, right? So this is how the reaction takes place. So I hope my students this thing is clear to you, the reaction between vinegar and baking soda. So this is a chemical change. Yes. Why? Because new substances are getting formed. It's no more acid and baking soda, but in place of acid and baking soda, a salt, water and carbon dioxide. That means all new substances have been formed, right? So now let's move next to the topic reaction between this vinegar and baking soda reaction is here. So this is new compounds have been formed. So these are chemical changes, not the physical change. Okay. Now let's move next to the topic reaction between copper sulfate and iron. Reaction between copper sulfate and iron. See my students, copper sulfate solution, it is here with me. It is blue in color. So you can see copper sulfate is of which color? It's of blue color, right? Copper sulfate solution I'm having. Now some iron fillings are there with me. So what I will do, I will add some iron filings with this copper sulfate solution. Okay, what will happen, what will form, let me explain you first with the help of this reaction here. Copper sulfate, okay, I write the formula CuSO4. Iron, let me write the symbol Fe. What will form? FeSO4. Okay, that means ferrous sulfate will form, and copper. Now you can see copper sulfate is of green color, is of blue color, and ferrous sulfate is of green color. Iron is of brown, and copper is of brown. Or we can say iron filings more seems like black instead of brown, right? So let me show you. That means what should happen? The color of this copper sulfate, it was blue, and now ferrous sulfate is getting formed. That means color should change from blue to green. Okay, let's see how it takes place. For example, in this copper sulfate solution, I'm having some iron filings I have added. Okay, I have added what? Iron filings. Now if I shake it for a long time, what will happen? Its color will change. Its color will change from blue to green. Okay, can you see this green color? Because I have shaked that solution for a long time, for just to say about 4 to 5 minutes. When I shake that solution, it will change its color from blue to green. Can you see the deposition at the bottom of this test tube? That is brown, and it is nothing but copper. That means copper sulfate has been changed to ferrous sulfate because its color changes from blue to green, and green color is not for copper sulfate but it is for iron sulfate. And instead of iron fillings, what has been formed at the bottom? That is copper, which is brown in color. Right, my students? So this is how copper sulfate changes to ferrous sulfate. So these are all the reactions between copper and sulfate and iron. Last is acid and baking soda. Okay, so these are all chemical changes. So here I wind up my topic, I wind up my chapter number 4, physical and chemical changes is complete from my side. Now keep on watching the videos. If any query, if any doubt, watch it again and again and just remove your doubts. And if there is any more, just ask me on WhatsApp number in your group to your teachers, right? So thank you, have a nice day. Just go through and read it and enjoy your science subject. Thank you.